guys, I'm Rose. Welcome to the Money School. This week, I want to talk a bit about my experience job hunting during this pandemic. I'd like to share some tips for those of you who'd like to explore increasing your income sources. Around a month ago, I decided to begin applying for jobs. I realized that I want to be able to put aside even more money for our family. And to do this, I need to have not just variable income sources from business ventures and projects, but also a more stable salary. I also desire in the near future to gain employment in the financial industry once again, to hopefully contribute on a larger scale to our country's economic development. Job hunting during a pandemic is very different from job hunting during normal times. While you do not get tired physically from traveling to submit your hard copy applications to offices or from attending multiple interviews, I would say that the anxiety you may get and uncertainty you may feel are heightened because in the time of a pandemic, you will be sending numerous digital applications, spending a lot of time filling out the required forms, and yet you will not have any face from HR to even acknowledge receipt of your applications. For several interviews, you will not even see the face of your interviewer. At several points, you may feel quite defeated at the lack of human contact or reassurance. I sent in my applications for many companies, and I personally reached a point where I felt emotionally exhausted. Things started to look up when some companies got back to me and I was scheduled for interviews. Now that I am on the better side of job hunting, as I actually have offers on the table to consider, I can look back in retrospect on my digital job hunt. And I realized that there are things I could have done or managed better. I want to talk about those things so I can help you guys if you find yourself in the same place, wanting or needing to get a job in such a time. Here are some tips I have for digital job hunting. Number 1, examine the job description very carefully and be sure to tailor your resume and cover letter accordingly. These days, HR staff really have literally just your resume to go by when determining whether or not they will schedule you for an interview. Especially for positions that are very appealing to you, you need to take the time to edit your resume so that you can highlight the specific experiences and skills that are highly relevant to the position. I found that taking the time to do this paid off, as looking back, it was the companies for which I spent time tailoring my application that called me back. Number 2, be resourceful in where you search for job openings. In particular, LinkedIn was very helpful for me, as several recruiters found me there once I updated my profile. Aside from job sites like LinkedIn, JobStreet, and Indeed, check Facebook groups related to your industry and alumni groups of your schools. If you are open to freelance projects, you can also check Upwork. You can also reach out to former coworkers to ask if they have openings. That way, they can also put in a good word for you at their current companies. Number 3, when attending remote job interviews, always aim to join the digital meeting room at least 15 minutes before the interview time. This will give you enough time to troubleshoot technical problems like audio, video, or connectivity issues. It also helps a lot if you use a noise-canceling headset for all of your interviews. It makes you much more at ease despite the various ambient noises that may come with applying from home, such as crowing roosters or the neighbors chopping onions. Using a noise-canceling device also reflects well on you as an applicant because it shows that you took the time to really prepare for your interview. Personally, I was so thankful for the headset I was using because for one of my job applications, right in the middle of my case presentation, a very noisy village drilling project commenced. Upon checking in with the panelists, I was so relieved that none of them could hear the ruckus from my end. Number 4, prepare your interview environment. In normal times, it is the company that takes care of ensuring that the physical environment of where you interview is conducive. They have quiet, private meeting rooms for that. But when the interview process is remote, it is up to you to ensure that where you interview is free from clutter or possible distractions. For each interview I attended, I ensured that there was nothing behind me but a plain background, and I also ensured that the lighting was bright enough, even positioning a ring light behind my laptop so that no part of my face would be in the shadows. Number 5, take a break if you need to. Job hunting fatigue is really possible and may even be more common yet impalpable during a pandemic. In normal times, you would get natural breathers in between applications, as you can only visit so many companies in a day. In between, you would be eating out, perhaps meeting up with friends who work in the area, and so you'd have time to relax a bit. But if you are job hunting from home, you can easily spend all your waking hours sending in job applications. You need to make the conscious decision to take those needed breaks in between. Otherwise, your anxious and negative mood may affect not just how you frame your applications, but also your own personal life. And finally, number 6, be more patient. A lot of companies are operating using limited manpower, and so hiring processes may take longer than usual. Try your very best not to get too attached to a company, especially if you have not heard back from them. I am guilty of having made this mistake more than once, but it's really not worth fretting over too much if a company doesn't get back to you. Sometimes it is even serendipitous, as I have found that many times my disappointment at not hearing from one company has led me to randomly stumble upon even more exciting job opportunities. So those are just 6 tips I have off the top of my head for job hunting from home, based on my job search this 2021. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any more questions or just need some encouragement. If you are currently job hunting, I know that it can get pretty bleak as I've been there. But chin up, your time will come. You are valuable and amazing, and the companies that will see that in you are the best companies for you. Here's to more income and growth for us all this 2021. Please like this episode and subscribe to The Money School. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!